All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sons of Saturday. It is Wednesday, 1:45 Eastern, and we are happy to report a very, very, very special guest to the podcast this afternoon. He needs no introduction. He's got a big game in a few weeks, but we would like to welcome on Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach and former Virginia Tech Hokie quarterback, Bruce Arians. Coach Arians, welcome to the Sons of Saturday.
It's my pleasure to be on, guys. Go Hokies.
Coach, I'd be remiss if we didn't mention both of us are New Jersey guys. I'm from Westwood, went to Paramus Catholic. Pat is from Basking Ridge, went to Del Barton. You're right from Patterson, right around the corner in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was born in Patterson at St. Joe's Hospital and grew up in Wanacue. And my uncle had a gas station on Squirrel Hill in Haledon.
Is it pork roll or Taylor ham? I have to ask.
That's pork roll.
Oh! Okay. Well, let's get right into it here. You've worked with some absolutely incredible quarterbacks in your time coaching. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Kurt Warner, Big Ben. I'm curious, as future Hall of Famers and some of the best to ever play, what really separated them from everybody else and what kind of made them really special and at the end of the day champions as well?
Yeah, I think God gave them unbelievable talent, but the quick twitch fiber in their brain to make sudden decisions separates almost all quarterbacks, but the great ones for sure. All the guys that you mentioned, and I'll throw in Andrew Luck and Tim Couch and some other guys really lucky to coach. That lets them perform on the field. But then when they have that leadership ability, that when they step in the huddle, it could be the defensive huddle, the offensive huddle, they can will themselves on everybody around them. Let's go win this game.
Absolutely. And then this team specifically, countless characters. I mean, you have Tom Brady, former Giants Super Bowl champion, JPP, Ndamukong Suh, Antonio Brown, and of course, Gronk. Can you speak to this team and how you were able to come together with so many characters in such a short off season and not as much time as you would normally have? How are you able to get this team to gel with so many new faces?
Yeah, I think the pandemic had part of it because there really wasn't anything else to do except go to work and go home and come back to work. And our guys made a commitment to each other. And a lot of teams won't be accountable to each other unless they really care about each other. This group really got together. They started on their own out in the summertime at Berkeley Prep High School, brought it to training camp, just took every obstacle that came in the way this year, embraced it, went on to the next one, and truly care about each other in that locker room.
And then as you look back on this historic season, what were some of the most difficult challenges that you did face along the way?
Yeah, for us, it was like the Hokies too, man. You had to beat the virus first before you could beat another team.
Yeah.
And it took a toll on our Hokie team. But we were fortunate that we only had a few cases and nothing that spread. And we were able to have a full team each and every Sunday ready to play.
And then on the flip side, it's been quite a year. What are you most proud of as you look back on this season? I know the goal is the Super Bowl, but as far as, this whole body of work, what are you most proud of?
Yeah, I think probably the commitment they made to each other to beat the virus, to sacrifice any outside family, restaurants, bars, anything. You couldn't do anything. Just go home and come back to work. And our guys did it. Our guys, we still got 10 days or so to go to get to the last one. But just that commitment they all made, it's truly impressive to me.
So we do have a couple of Virginia Tech oriented questions here, but dating back to your playing career in the mid 70s, you did hold the record for most rushing touchdowns in a season at Virginia Tech until Gerard Evans broke it in 2016. But what was your favorite game that you played in as a Virginia Tech Hokie?
Oh gosh, there were a few. We didn't win many that year, but South Carolina probably was was the first win for Coach Sharp. I didn't complete a pass in the game. Actually, I had my elbow taped together so I could play. It had got broken up pretty good the week before, but to put that first win on them, and I still believe Coach Sharp was one of the greatest coaches ever.
Coach, we love seeing former players and notable alumni getting involved and being around the football team. I saw that you spoke to the team last year. Just curious, what's your relationship with the university currently? How often do you get back? Just kind of speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, I wish I could get back more often. I stay in touch with Coach Fuentes and pulling for the basketball team like crazy right now. And Mike Burnup's a real good friend, so he's the voice of the Hokies. So we played together. He keeps me abreast of a lot of things going on. We gave quite a bit of money to every touchdown scored last year, so we could get the jump program going strong. And really happy to have participated in that. And one thing about Gerard Evans now, there's an asterisk on his record. He played 14 games. I only played 11.
There you have it.
Coach, I got to ask you, what was your favorite game that you have watched or attended post grad? Doesn't have to be football. It can be football. Curious what your answer will be.
Well, I've got to see them play once, and they played UAB in Birmingham, and my son happened to be playing for UAB, and got up in the press box with Mike at halftime, and the Hokies beat the Blazers pretty good that day. But it's the only time I really have gotten to see them since I left school in person.
Right. And that makes sense. So we're going to do a little bit of rapid fire here, and then we'll let you get on your way, Coach. Rapid fire is brought to you by the Hub Blacksburg. Sign your next lease at the Hub Apartment Homes and tell them the Sun sent you. So number one, favorite Virginia Tech memory.
Oh, gosh. Walking in the dorm the first time and being a college football player at the Miles Hilton Hotel, that dorm was kind of special for all of us guys. But going out on the field with Coach Jerry Claiborne the first time it's still a memory.
And Claiborne Boys, is that the group of folks who played for him? Is that like the name of the?
Yeah, I actually played for three. I played for Coach Claiborne, Charlie Coffey, and Jimmy Sharp. And I think we had 54 guys in my freshman class on scholarship, and I think I was the only one to make it to the third head coach.
Music, what are your go-to tunes? We are big Springsteen guys being from Jersey, but what's on your iPod?
I love, Jersey Shore rock, but I'm usually on a classic vinyl, Led Zeppelin and everybody that was hot in the 70s. And then I straight back to Motown.
Little Doobie Brothers too?
Oh yeah, all the way, baby.
There you go.
You mentioned you're a fan of the basketball team. We love Coach Mike Young. He says, we got the cold drinks waiting. When the cold drinks are waiting for Coach Arians, what is your cold drink of choice after the game?
Oh, it's just Crown on the Rocks and a big one.
Coach, your favorite road stadium to visit?
Was just it, Lambeau Field.
Lambeau
Field is a spectacular venue. To go up there and beat those guys the other day was surreal.
It was how loud? Because the TV, it seemed pretty loud. Everybody was smacking the cardboard against the bleachers. It seemed like they had a pretty cool environment going on.
It really was. There were only 9,000 people, but it was really. I can't imagine if it was 81,000, but 9,000. They were really hell of a crowd.
Absolutely. Who's the funniest player that you've ever coached?
Oh wow, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, funniest player you've ever coached.
Yeah, those commercials. That's him. That's just him being him.
Nationwide is on your side.
He's nuts.
So I got to ask you, Coach. Like I said, I am wearing the hat today. You actually influenced the buying of this hat. You and Joe Friday, a former baseball player at Virginia Tech. I got to ask you, what started the trend with this type of hat? Everybody calls it the Peaky Blinders hat. I call it the Bruce Arians hat. Kind of what is the affinity to this model of hat?
Yeah, when I grew up in the streets of York, PA, everybody had a hat, and this was my choice of a type of hat, and everybody then New Era started making them for us. The foundation, every hat that we sell, the proceeds go to the foundation. So I'm stuck wearing the hat forever now.
Gotcha. And Pat, I know you wanted to ask a little bit about the Arians Family Foundation.
Yeah, was reading up on the Arians Family Foundation and just wanted to see, can you highlight what it is and tell us how we can get involved?
Yeah, it's AriansFamilyFoundation.com. My wife was a court appointed special advocate. It's a special kid's voice for the children in foster care in the court system through no fault of their own, either neglect or abuse. And this is a positive influence in their life. We try to raise as much money and awareness as we can for the guardian ad litems and the CASAs in about 5 different states that she worked in, and so it's all about helping children who need help.
Coach, really appreciate your time. What we'll do is we'll be sure to link the foundation in the article. Wishing you nothing but the best of luck this weekend. You've done a great job representing Hokie Nation. We appreciate it. And hopefully we can do this again soon, sometime in the off season. But best of luck, and really looking forward to watching next week.
Appreciate it, guys, and go Hokies.
Go Hokies.
Take care. Go Hokies.
Thank you, Coach. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
You bet, guys. My pleasure.
Best of luck.